All right, so hey, every now and then you get a chance to come to AI4 conference to chop it up with a guy from a company called Vultr. If you're ever gonna be a part of a company in the AI space, Vultr has to be it.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Great to see you. Yeah, we do have the most unique, memorable brand name in our industry. Vultr, like the bird.
I mean, you guys are like vultures.
Literally, we are an angry bird. This is why our mascot is actually a cute little plushie called Morty.
Okay,
That's
you
a
want to hear something
Himalayan
crazy?
Vultr.
I got a Pomeranian at home, and she likes the most goofiest toys that have like furry stuff coming out of it.
Right.
One of your guys gave me one. When I go home, I'm going to send you a video. I'm pretty sure she's going to lose her shit.
I will tell you, your dog is going to lose their shit, because what we have seen is dogs go berserk over this little plushie.
Well, here's the funny thing.
That's why we designed it. It's literally, I personally designed this thing.
She's got
had
one.
it contract manufactured, so it's the perfect throw for your dog.
She's got one that's yellow, and it's like dirty and old. Huh? Okay.
No, that one.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh. She's got yellow. It's yellow. It's dirty.
Yeah.
It's hideous looking.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give her the choice: stick with the old yellow one, or get the new white one. And I actually think the Vultr plushie is going to win hands down.
I want to hear the results of this. I am very attuned to this, but I do believe, if I'm a betting man, and I am,
Well, we
here
are
in
in
Vegas, exactly, I bet that she's gonna choose the Vultr plushie. Maybe we have a little plushie. We should get a little plushie for you right here, right now.
I kind of hope she does, because the yellow one is like years old, and it's dirty and it's filthy, but she literally runs around the house with it as if it's like her best friend.
Right.
And she loves that thing.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out a way to get that nasty thing away from her.
Well, here, this is the trick. Now, I'll tell you another thing about our little vulture, because it's a Himalayan vulture, and it eats tech debt, right? So all your tech debt, all that dead stuff, and,
Okay, wait a second.
the vulture
Tech
eats
debt?
Tech debt, exactly.
So it eats all my credits that I owe, like OpenAI or all the other AI platforms?
No, I mean, well, it can do that too, but the whole thing is that, everyone needs to modernize their cloud infrastructure for running things like AI models, and that's what we specialize in. We give you a more modern cloud platform to run your AI models, and that's why we're Vultr.
Because the one thing about AI is it consumes a lot of data.
Consumes a ton of data, that is correct.
Yeah.
And it consumes a lot of data first to either train a model, if you're building your own model, to tune a model, if you're taking an existing model and just tweaking it to better suit your business needs. But more importantly, and I think what people are just now appreciating, is that running your models takes a lot of data. So, for example, if you're running an AI model to
Is this one of your Vultr?
No, unfortunately. That's not cute enough. I mean, come on. We want cute robots. We are making a Vultr robot, but it's really
seeing
cute.
that guy come down the aisle all the time.
Yeah. No, our Vultr robot, which is under construction, it's super cute. It looks like Wall-E. If you remember Wall-E.
I remember Wall-E.
Right?
Wall-E was good.
So our robot looks like Wall-E, and our robot is very helpful robot.
Is it going to be so helpful that we're going to grow like fat pigs, like in the movie Wall-E, where they're all on the spaceship and they were like so fat they literally never moved?
Yeah, it's possible, because what Wall-E is designed to do is come up to you and say, do you need to fetch you anything? And what Wall-E will do is
what
take
did Wall-E
instructions.
stand for, by the way? It was something, right?
I don't know. But our version is going to basically help go to Starbucks for you and get you your Starbucks. Because,
why would it go to Starbucks? It could just make me one.
Well, I like Starbucks, and I get stuck on these show floors, and I can't go to Starbucks in the casino floor, so I need someone to go get it.
Just send that thing right there.
Exactly. That's what. But it's just not cute enough for me. So.
So talk a little about the greatest challenges and fears that you help companies overcome.
So the biggest challenge that we help companies overcome is, how do you modernize your tech stack so that you can build and deploy new AI models to run your business? And the way we do that is by solving the critical challenges that enterprises have. Challenge number one is they don't have the expertise in building and scaling AI infrastructure. It's different, right?
Totally.
GPUs are different. It's a very specialized skill set and knowledge. The second thing is running and operating these GPU clusters is very expensive. And what we do is we give the price to performance edge. So we'll give you the best performance, but also the most cost efficient. And then the third thing is the data challenge. Exactly. So, and then the last thing is the data, right? Because you need to be able to marshal the data, bring it to the clusters, and you need to do that quickly, safely, securely, and with great compliance. So what we do is we say, you need to modernize your tech stack. We're going to educate and enable you to stand up and operate AI infrastructure globally at scale. We're give you all of the learnings, all of the expertise to make this super easy, like brain dead easy. And we're going to give you the best possible economics that cannot be beat in the industry. And we're going to make it work by bringing your data and making sure you stay compliant. So at the end of the day, infrastructure is all the rage. Everyone's talking speeds and feeds and hardware. And I'm sorry, I do this for a living. Who cares about infrastructure? Who cares? Infrastructure should be boring. It should just be there. It should just run. And you shouldn't have to think about it. You shouldn't have to worry about it. What you should be focused on is, what are you using AI for? And how are you using it to do work faster or do work in new ways? And you know what? All the infrastructure stuff, just let us handle it in the background. And I like to say that I want to be boring, right? To the extent that I'm boring,
when you look in the mirror in the morning,
perfect.
do you say to yourself, "I want to be most boring"?
I don't say that.
Most
Actually,
boring
what I
version
want to
of myself
say,
I can't be.
I literally look in the mirror and I say to myself, why can't I be that Maytag repairman? Because
shout out to the Maytag repairman.
I want to be the Maytag repairman. I want to be the guy that's sitting there just like,
our
shit
they
just
never
works.
break down.
They never break down. The shit just works. It's the best washing machine, well, back in the day, best washing machine you could buy, clean all your clothes, super energy efficient, super fast. And you know what? I want to be that guy that just goes, God, my shit just works. It's so boring.
Question. Do you think that AI is the greatest threat to humanity?
No, I think it's the greatest gift to humanity at the end of the day. So,
do you think data centers are the greatest threat to humanity?
No, I just think they're just necessary. It's like, I wouldn't say, probably people when electricity was coming online and people were starting to build power plants, I'm sure people were up in arms about power plants generating electricity. I'm sure there was tons of pushback back then. Aren't we glad that we built electric utilities and power stations? So, yeah, we did. We did it, and we're better off for it. So we're going to say the same thing with AI data centers. All of the stuff about consuming too much electricity, consuming too much water. Yeah, they do consume a lot of electricity. They don't really actually consume a lot of water if you actually build it and architect it properly, like your cooling systems. Because all the water is just recirculated. So. I think that's all a little bit overblown, and I think that moment will pass. But at the end of the day, AI is the greatest gift to humanity, because what are we going to do with it? It's not just about asking ChatGPT
build Terminators?
questions. No, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do...
Shout out to the T1000.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to extend, healthy... we're going to extend the lifespan of people all around the planet. We're going to help them live a better life.
I think AI robots, especially when Elon talks about them,
yeah,
are going to, in-home, be able to be like your home doctor.
Right, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, oh my God, they're going to have the ability to resuscitate you if you have a heart attack, check your blood pressure.
Think about that.
Make you aware of things that you need to do.
Yeah, I think about that.
Even probably do blood work eventually.
Yeah, think about that. Which, by the way, I actually literally was one of the first people to buy a Tesla back in 2011. One of the first
Isn't Tesla out in the back there?
I didn't go back there yet, but I think it is. But so I was one of the first ones that actually watched my Tesla built in the Fremont factory. I actually watched them roll it. They used to actually take you in the Fremont factory when it was just using a small bit of the floor plate, and they were going around on skateboards. And then you actually got to see the steel unroll, and then you got to see the steel get put into the printing press that would stamp out the door, stamp out the hood. And then you got to see the machine actually affix it to the chassis. It's very cool. So you could watch the car go through the production line, and at the end, it would get put into the painting room, and then you had to go back like 24 hours later and pick up the car, because that was a 24-hour process. But that was way back in the day, and I am convinced that I must be the first one to also own a Tesla bot.
Well, I think they start going for sale next year, like 30 some odd thousand, maybe 35,000.
No problem. I need to put down the down payment. I've got to have the Tesla bot. And I also want to die on Mars.
You want to what?
Die on Mars.
Well, it sounds like Mars is about 7 years away, but
That's what I heard, 5 to 7 years.
You could die in the moon in about 2 years.
No, but I don't want to die in the moon. I want to run a marathon on the moon, but I want to go to Mars. That's my goal.
I mean, it's
Life dream.
It's a good goal.
Yeah, it's a good goal.
I think like from here to Mars, they figured it's like a 2-year trip.
Yeah, fine.
So once they're ready up there for you,
I'm ready.
I mean, they're going to have the robots knock out all the infrastructure.
Which just makes perfect sense, right? At the end of the day. But
and then they got the boring company, so they'll be able to drill into the ground.
Well, see, no one ever, I think the beauty of Elon that I don't think everyone put together
What
is like,
happens if we find out there's actual life on Mars?
that would be fun. I think that's great.
I mean, what if the life says, wait a second, these robots
Yeah.
are moving into our crib.
Right.
We're going to have to get rid of these robots. And we go and we send a camera out there.
Yeah.
And we see a robot holding up a sign
Right.
that says they're going to kill us all.
Right, exactly. I don't know. That could be fun and exciting. I mean, we'll see what the future
It won't be
holds, right?
boring.
It won't. It definitely will not be
And
boring.
Elon did say he wanted to be the first one to Mars.
Yeah, we got to get to Mars. So, and to this point that, you have to go to the moon first. I get that. So my goal is I'm a runner, right? So I run marathons. And there will be a person that is the first person to run a marathon on the moon. And there will be a person that will be the first person to run a marathon on Mars. It will happen. So guess what? Why not me? Why not me? I've run marathons
I mean,
at the
to run a
North Pole,
marathon on
Antarctica.
on Mars, you
Yeah.
might have to go in a circle.
Yeah, it would just go in a circle. Well, I ran a marathon in Antarctica, and so how do you run a marathon in Antarctica? You land the plane on an ice field, and you just run around the plane a lot,
That is true.
because that's all you can do.
All right, so do me a favor. Look in the camera.
Yeah.
Somebody in the future is going to watch this interview.
Yes.
Inspire them to use AI to get AI to work for them.
Inspire you to use AI? Well, here's the trick. What I encourage everyone who is young today is learn as much as possible on how AI literally works, because the true promise of AI is not using it for traditional LLMs and writing your college research paper. The true benefit of AI is understanding how to take data and how to leverage data to actually do things that were never possible before. Find new drugs faster, find new medical therapies faster, actually deliver personalized outcomes to improve people's lives. So this is a very unique moment in time. You have this ability to learn so many new things. So I would encourage everyone to just learn as much as possible.
Great advice.
Thank you so much,
Hey,
sir.
they don't call you the vulture for nothing.
Exactly.
All right, give me 2 minutes. Let Steve take this seat. You guys are going to be good to go.
Yeah.